Hey. Okay, sorry, y'all. I fell asleep. My son said, Mom, what were you doing? I was asleep, nigga. Made me some fish and some green beans and some mashed potatoes, and I called myself gonna take an hour nap, baby. It was 4. It was 4 hours. Sorry, family. Baby, I was in there drooling and everything. You hear me? It was. I still look sleep. Goodness gracious. That's because I woke up after that crazy dream this morning. I had been up since 5, so. Oh, excuse me. Baby, I was in there knocked. You hear me? Ooh wee. I don't know, my kids. Once I close them curtains, y'all, it's a wrap. Hey. Hey. Did y'all read the homework so we can go over it? Sorry, y'all. That food put me in a food coma, honey. I was in that bed knocked. I'm talking about all the way out. All the way. Hey. I'm about an hour and 45 minutes late for, well, really, I said 3 or 4, so about, it was good. It showed, okay, good, you did. I woke up out my sleep falling from a car wreck off a cliff. Ooh. Girl, I was fighting the people last night. I said, yeah, let me go and get my butt back in the bed. Hello, Lolita and Gwendolyn, everybody. Hey, listen. Baby, I had to lay down after that food. I was like, look at I just said, I'm going to just have a little shut eye for a few minutes. Baby, a few minutes turned into 4 in real life. But hopefully y'all did y'all homework. Y'all had time to go over it. And so now we can talk about it. Right? Who got a chance? I know you did, Mari. Who else got a chance to read it? We going to have more of that too. Because you guys are seniors now. You know? I don't have to explain everything. You guys know. Hell, y'all be finding more stuff than me. You did? Okay, good job. Good job. Good job. It made y'all toes wiggle too? Hey, sister. It made y'all toes wiggle? It made mine wiggle. And that's why this is called Rocks and Stubble. Because I want to figure out if you read it. If you read the homework. Okay, good. Oh, good. You said, girl. So you read it too, huh? Not y'all going to be trying to listen to me. Really? Just got in here. You said made my hair stand up at times. Oh, yeah. It was real good. I just wanted to see, because, you know, y'all be telling me y'all going to do the homework and then y'all don't. But if we stay in here 5 hours, then that's probably why y'all can't. So I'm like, okay. Some days I'm just going to give y'all the reading, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Because you guys are seniors. Y'all don't have to do all that anymore, right? Y'all got the books, and if y'all don't got the books, you know where to go find the information. So we'll let a few more people get in, and then we'll talk about it. I now understand the living water's turn. Ooh. Just hold on a second. Let's let some folks get in here. Let's wait about 7 minutes. Well, let's get us to 10 minutes, and then we're going to talk about it. I knew y'all was going to enjoy it. I knew y'all was going to, because I mean, I believe we read that before, but we read it in the very, very beginning of class. Right? But now, after going back through all the things, I mean, we can read something that we read in the beginning of this, and it's going to hit different now because you have everything else in the middle. It's like eating an ice cream sandwich that don't got the lid on it. You know? You know how you get down to the last little bit and you bite it and the whole top come off, and now you got to try to, like, you can't hold it no more. You got to hold it like a cracker with cheese on it. You said the clutching of the pearl change was real and smacked me in my head like, so the P is not just for everybody. Oh, okay. Listen. The P is, listen. Rocks and stubble. That's why we called it that. Hey, Joy. Hey, everybody. I hope y'all got a chance to. I'm excited. This makes me happy. It really does. Because when I read it years ago, right? But reading it now, rocks. And rocks on rocks on rocks, right? Mm-hmm. I guess we got about 3 more minutes and then we're gonna talk about it. I know that's making me excited. I like it when y'all like to read it and it hit home like that. It makes me feel real, real good. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, Gucci man. Listen, I got my that's Gucci or Jeezy? Yeah. Which one? Excuse me. I'm happy. Mm-hmm. I knew y'all was gonna like it. I did. I knew it. Look, I can see it in y'all future. It's Gucci. Yeah, that's who I'm feeling like right now. Listen. Hey, you said you want me to tell you how you prophesied today? We wasn't even on that long. But sure, what happened? You know I got my Mr. Magoo's on. What happened? Right. Good evening, Isabel. Good morning. Morning. Evening, everybody. We ain't gonna be on long because I know some of y'all got dates and stuff and events to go to. So this weekend we probably won't do much because I know y'all spending time with your husbands and stuff and wives. So when Taj said she got the house, you said our niece got her house. Danny for the house. Oh, I did. I said the wrong name. You got your house too? You got approved? Well, I did get the house, but you didn't even know I was in a bid for a house. Ah, shoot! Come on! And did? Ah, shoot! Come on now, not 2 in a day. Not 2 in a day. Congratulations, yes. What? I meant, sorry. Yes. Come on. Look at God answering prayer. Come on. You said 17th anniversary tomorrow. I got my package and thank you, but why did you send me a hair tie? Girl, it wasn't. Not I sent you my hair tie. And crazy because when I was bagging the stuff up, I was looking for it. Like, where is my hair tie? Because I had took my hair down. You know, when you working, you gotta, girl, send me my hair tie back. I'm playing. Just throw it in the trash. I bet you said she trying to be funny. I wasn't. I was looking. I already know where it was too. It was on the couch. It was literally on the couch, and it must have fell in the bag, girl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was not trying to be funny, I promise. Girl, it be hair ties everywhere in my house. The mantle has been shit right. Look like you might need to grow some then. Put your little ponytail up there. Like that one man. Y'all remember he used to put the makeup on and he'll put that little ponytail and then he'd be like, remember him? Just do like that. Just do it. Congratulations. Listen. If it's okay, I would like to announce our new CERCA bite is here. 6 pounds, 8 ounces. He is so precious. Xander Milan. I cannot put him down. Congratulations. Oh, I got a Xander in my family too. Oh, high five. I'm going to remember that. I got a little cousin named Xander right now. I think he like 10 though. I was praying on it last night about my house and woke up this morning and the song kept playing in my head. Is what God has for me. It is for me. And it is. So we got 2 houses and a baby overnight. Come on in. Come on in. Congratulations. Come on in. Y'all, that's why I say we didn't have about 100 babies. Over 100. I'm trying to tell you, our community got some little bitty. We got a lot of little circle littles. It makes me excited. Congratulations to everybody. Listen, listen. Our community is growing in so many different ways. God is working. Yes, He is. That's the good thing about our community. God just keeps doing things, and it makes me excited. It makes me excited. Let me get some water, y'all. I think I was sleeping with my mouth open. I know I was. My throat is dry. Give me 1 second. I'm so excited. You see what God will do? Look at God. He always coming through for the people of WOA. He come through for everybody, though, not just us. It make me excited. He be blessing our peoples around here. Ooh, hey. We got new news. We got a new Circle Little, and we got 2 new houses today. 2 in a day. 2 in a day. You hear me? Come on. Looking for some good news. You see that? Because there's so much crazy going around. Goodness gracious. Ooh. I ain't been up 45 minutes or so y'all bear with me. Gotta get my bearings together. Yes, congratulations, family. Listen, being steadfast, God show up and show it out for y'all. And that makes me excited. It does. It makes me very, very excited. I should not be out of breath, but I am. It's okay. You said it's so funny how you casually say, you know, you was sleeping with your mouth open. Girl, because I do sleep with my mouth open all the way. Yeah. Like I'm gasping for air, like, and I always have. I used to wake up and my mama be trying to close my mouth. And it's funny because my daughter sleeps with her eyes and her mouth open. You know them people, their eyes don't be closed all the way. They be open like this much at the bottom. So sometimes they not rolled all the way back. And her mouth be open. Sometimes it's very, the one that's pregnant, she sleep like that still. Yeah. She still sleep like that with her mouth open and her eyes open. It's spooky. Yeah. Real spooky. And did y'all like did you like the can you smell the candles, girl? I forgot to ask y'all. How long have I had the strip? What strip? I don't sleep with no strip on my nose. I don't use that. I do too. Sometimes I choke though. I probably do. But I've always slept with my mouth open. Always. Ever since I was a little kid, I have. Ever since I was a little kid, I have. Well, let's get this going because I know y'all got like Valentine's stuff to do. So, y'all want to go ahead and talk about... Let me go blow my nose real quick, y'all. Sorry. I ain't even been up that long. So, you know. Am I stopped over here? Oh, I didn't miss all of these. What the heck? So much good news. I'm loving it. Me too. I didn't even see none of these. I smelled everything as soon as I opened up the package. Everything smelled great. The soap smells amazing. What is it? I believe I sent you the pink sugar one, but I can't remember, sister. The brown one, it should be a brown one. That's his. The brown one should look like his cologne. I mean, the candle, right? And then the other one is yours, but I believe it's or either Carolina Herrera. I can't remember. Don't make me lie, girl. You know when I be in the kitchen whipping, I just be doing just that, whipping. Oh yeah, no, that's his. The all brown one, that's his. That's a Sauvage. It should match that candle. Or close to it. I'm so sad. I missed the whole day. It was nice outside today. It was like 60 something. It was like 60 something. I missed the whole dang day. You said, yes, it's the Sauvage. Now it matches his cologne. I'm going to light the candles tomorrow. Okay. Well, one of them candles is not Sauvage. That Sauvage is strong, so we probably done took over everything. But the other candle should be like lemon something, I think. Lemon and pink sugar, I think. Girl, I don't know. I just be making stuff. And I'll be in the kitchen whipping. I'll be whipping. I'm just playing. I made a whole box. Lemon pink sugar. Okay. Just making sure, girl. I was throwing stuff in there. So did I working, and it's cold now. I just got home. Girl, it was so nice today. That's why I'm not gonna keep y'all. I know it's the weekend and y'all got stuff, so we gonna get this. We just gonna talk about the class. Right, I did. Okay. And you know, I don't really know about making candles, so then was my first time, so I don't know if they need to be stronger or not. I don't know. And sorry, stuff don't be getting delivered. Oh, I got indigestion. What did I eat that was spicy? Baby, I'm just belching up pepper. I didn't even put no hot sauce on my fish. What's going on? Goodness gracious. Once you get old, it just be... I love the pigment that you put in a Sauvage candle as well. It looks kind of like kind of gold. Okay. Well, you know, of course, do a test now, because they got that purifying clay in it. So hopefully it don't dry his skin out or nothing. But it got that purifying clay, so have him try it on his feet or something first. I don't know. I told my son the same thing, because I don't know, you know, I ain't no chemist or nothing. So there's that. Y'all my family, so put it on your feet first, okay? Put it on your feet. So let's get this going. Who did the homework? Raise your hand if you got a chance to read it, because I'm not going to keep y'all long. Okay. I gotta be watching this because it's not showing me everybody's comments. I don't know why. Okay, good. Y'all want to get it cracking? Okay, good. Everybody did the homework. Good job. It wasn't that much reading. I'm proud of y'all. Okay. Let's get it going in. All right. What was your first, what stood out to you? What you put in your notes? Okay, good. Just let it roll. Whatever stood out to y'all. Come on. I just want to see what y'all got out of it. First of all, when the lady showed up, let me ask this real quick. If you got to the part where it talked about, I felt like the lady talking was wisdom. Come on, Rika. Get in there again. Yeah. Yes. And isn't it crazy how he had to be set apart in order to get the revelation? I was confused who the lady was at first. Okay. You said, can you let me say it, sister? Is you talking to Rika? Prayer and fasting gave visions and visitations. Ooh. He couldn't be where everybody else was at to get it. God had took me to look up reprobate earlier this week. And it talks about the 7 states of reprobate. Okay. Oh, okay. You said she got it out before you could get it out. So what about the stones? Which type of stone are you going to be? Did y'all read about the cleft stones and the stones that needed to be cut away so they could be squared out? The 6 men reminded me of Ezekiel 9. You're going to have to go in a little bit more. Y'all know I don't know scriptures by heart like that. Put what reference you're referencing, because I ain't even going to hold you. Man, I'm trying to make it in. Girl! I need to be one of them ones that's useful. Why were the stones in the water, though? They were on top of the water because Jesus is the church is built on the living water. The living water is Jesus. The ivory was the ones that was used in palaces and are smooth and strong. Come on. Yes. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, it was good. And you see how he gave reference to the people that got the truth, and because of their money and because they was so worried about money that they went away. When it was time for them to decide, and you see evidently at some point in time he had money. The shepherd of Hermas had money. And he said, see, when you had all that money, you wasn't useful. But as soon as you got broke, you was useful. The vision of Jerusalem, slaughter after the vision of the hole in the temple. Oh, okay. Okay. You said, and the ivory is the same thing that the elephant teeth and lion teeth, which made me think of the Lion of Judah. Ooh. But they chose the riches. That part, there were some stones that were by the water that were baptized. Right? Look at my babies. Oh, I'm so proud of y'all. I feel sad for the stones trying to get in the water but couldn't. Oh. He was bummed about the left hand and she broke it all down. Yes, he was. He was. It was the breakdown of the features of the woman for me. Nanny McPhee. I was about to say that. Did y'all see the Nanny McPhee reference in there? Hybrid is, she looked like what his spiritual life looked like. You said, or the ones that still wouldn't be used because they wouldn't ever believe. Girl. Nanny McPhee. You said he was just like a mom to her, explaining what to happen, right? Yeah. Yeah. Some of y'all faith wasn't that strong when you got over here, so I had to look a mess for y'all. No, I'm just playing. And then as your faith and your love for the Lord started to grow, I got to change. Ain't that something? I said, wait a minute. Not they stole the Nanny McPhee stuff. You said he had to get over the customer and what he was used to. Oh, yes. You said, and what he was used to when it came to the positioning left. Ooh, it's ordinary. But the right was for those that experience stuff that leads to the end times glory. Whoa. Right. You said that got me. She looked like what his faith level was. Yeah, the rent stones reminds me of me when I got here. I had discord in my heart and wasn't at peace either. Ooh. Ooh. I got you, Mari. Ugh. That was good, wasn't it? Did it make you think about the houses of worship that we used to go to? You said when she said that she was the church, made me think of the bride of Christ. That's exactly what it is. But I need to be in the building. I don't care if I'm at the bottom, at the top, long as I'm in the building. I don't care. She kept growing prettier as his faith and understanding grew. Nanny McPhee. Think about it. That's the same thing that happened with the kids. She showed up when they was all wild and crazy, doing whatever they wanted to do. You hear me? And then, as they started to understand and as they started to grow, she didn't look the same to them no more. The round stones and the cut stones got to me. Listen. The 7 women around the tower. Okay, come on in. Isn't that crazy? And with the daughters up, self-control and chastity. Come on. And this her daughter, and that's her daughter, and this is her daughter, and all of these. Do any of you, now this ain't to marry folks, but to or maybe it is, because some of y'all might have been, whatever. When you read that part, did it make you think about how much self-control you have over your body now? Or if you have more self-control over what you do with your body now? And how those things, simplicity. How many of y'all have learned to live in simplicity? since being here? I definitely have more self-control now. Good job. Come on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You said gotta give a pound of flesh to be square. Listen. 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 It makes you think about now wait a minute. Did this make you go back to your old house of worship? Did it make you, you said faith, self-restraint, simplicity, godlessness, chastity, intelligence, and love. Come on. Did it make you feel right? Did it make you look back at your old church, at your old house of worship, wherever you used to go? You said, over my actions and my mouth, thank you, y'all. Come on. Come on. Yeah. It make you think about how we was going to the building, but that's the building God is talking about. Right? Folks is worried about going to the actual building, but that's the building he's talking about. Building the church, right? You said looked up the defining definition of glory, and it means great honor, distinction, renown, a halo, bliss of heaven. And the tower being built on the water took me back to Genesis and Enoch when he created it. Ooh, when he created it all. Listen, let me ask you a question. Are you worried about being a part of a physical place now? Is it really about being a part of a physical church? Hmm. 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 You said the building and water made me think about the obelisk in Washington, D.C. Yeah. You said, no, ma'am, we are the church. Oh. You said, no, man. It's not the same, is it? That whole passage makes you think, right? Because think about this. People go to church faithfully, but they never change. There's people that teach, but they only teaching for money, right? So then they can't get the full revelation of God because they're only teaching for money. Hello. This is why they won't teach certain stuff. They won't talk about certain stuff. They won't go into the things that people need because they need the money. Pew sitters. Reading Hermes opened my eyes to what is going on now. The shepherd of Hermes. Yeah. 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 It makes you think about how we were loyal, right, to an organization, but not loyal to God. How many of you can say that? I can say it for myself. I was taught memorizing and not understanding is most of what the churches I went to. Right. You need to memorize the word, not live it. Just know it. Yeah. I was loyal to an organization, honey. You couldn't tell me nothing about Acts 2 and 38. Honey. Baptized in the name of Jesus, filled with the Holy Ghost, with the evidence of speaking in tongues, baby. You couldn't tell me nothing. And it wasn't hidden. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with going to church, but them ain't the churches he talking about building. You said definitely wasn't allowed to ask questions. I'm just saying, do you see the difference in, you said, girl, because that's how my mama say it. That's my whole mama voice in her face. She still do it like that. I shouldn't do that, but if y'all want to know where that come from, that's my mama. Because she turned her lips up. She said, honey, with the evidence of speaking in tongues, baby. Yeah, you ain't going to tell me the Lord ain't real. I'll be like, quit doing all that hollering. Stop it. He coming in under. Like, stop, girl. And God said, and you full of the devil. Stop. You said Paul talked about the churches in people's homes. Yes. Girl, because you know what I'm talking about. You already know what I'm talking about. Y'all done seen it too, baby. They get out and get to shouting. Quick and in there, stop it. Cause what was you about to do? Punch somebody? Then you just go off on that lady in the store? Stop it. You ain't acting like Jesus, cause you tell them to have a blessed day after you done gave them all hell. Have you noticed when people say that they so angry? Yes, I used to be one of them. You said water meant to me baptism, receiving the Holy Spirit as the reward of their faith and belief, in order for their journey to begin in progress. Also, the 6 men representing the holy angels and distinction between them and the previous ones. Ooh, this had your toes all the way in the sand, didn't it, Maury? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, I knew y'all was gonna love it, and I knew that it was gonna hit home in so many different ways. Cause I've read this before. We've read this very thing in the beginning. You hear me? But it hit different now, don't it? It hits completely different now. When you read about, you remember this? We read that before. But it hit different once you get an understanding and wisdom and knowledge of Christ for real, and what he desires from you, and what he sees as useful, not what them organizations see as useful. How many times has somebody tried to make you feel bad because you did a certain thing, and they say, oh, you a Christian, ain't you? Yeah, but your view of a Christian and what God says a Christian look like, it ain't even the same. It's not even on the same wavelength. Hello. God's expectations of a Christian and what the world says is Christian, it's 2 different things. You said, I've learned more from our classes since 22 than I have my whole life in the physical church. I'm no longer afraid to ask questions and to seek and learn, confirming I'm on the right path now. Come on. Come on. It's a hope. I don't like that this ain't letting me get my comments over here. I'm trying to tell you. I think they playing. Substack, are y'all doing the same thing that they were doing to us on TikTok? That's crazy. I think they are. I'm excited. I'm excited that y'all loved it. I'm excited that you saw what it is that God is looking for is not what we've been taught. You said what blew my beard off. You said, though, was that she revealed his imperfections won't stop his journey, and she also revealed his resting place will be on the right. Come on. Come on. You see, he was, God, I messed up, and God, I did. She said, get up, talking about all your sins. All right. Yeah. But you over here, and he about to show you, so come on. Hello. Come on. Come on. That's what I was talking about when she said when you was rich, you had all that money, you was doing whatever you wanted to do. But now that you ain't got all that money, you're useful. We can use you now. Which makes sense, because what's the Bible say about a rich man? Huh? What does the Bible say? Difficult for them to inherit the kingdom. Come on. Come on. Not impossible, but yeah, hey. Have you, yes, right? Because most rich people feel like the rules don't apply to them, right? Or no? Huh? And we know that the eye of the camel is not actually a need. I mean, the eye of the needle is not actually even a real needle. It's a gate that is too small for camels to go through. Listen, probably having a hesitation. Yep, based off the earthly system, we see it all the time. Come on. When it comes to, come on. And the needle is a gate. Y'all remember we looked that up, the needle gate? Y'all remember us doing that study about the needle gate? It was early on. You said they not worried about being on the right because they can buy it. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We did a story. There's a gate in Jerusalem, and it's called the Needle Gate, and it's very small. So camels would have to like crouch down if they can even get through there. It's so small. And you know, camels normally had the camel has to get on his knees, right? Right. Which in order to make it into heaven, what do we gotta do? Stay on our knees in prayer and humble ourselves and lower ourselves. So the gate is not big enough for a camel to stand tall and go through with all that would be on the back of it. Another point, after you put your repentance out, you should request for that righteousness right after. Come on. Come on. Stay on our knees. Yes. Yes. Well, let me ask you a question. What is righteousness? Who remembers when we first started this? I asked y'all a question. I said, what is righteousness? Who knows what it is? What does righteousness mean? Y'all remember? High five, babies. Y'all make me so proud. Y'all really do. Y'all really make me so proud of y'all. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Right standing with God, following the laws of God. You're in God's way, not man's way. What God is asking you to do. Right. I love y'all. I'm so happy that you all got into it. And it blessed y'all spirit like it blessed mine. It really did, because he kept wanting to ask questions. And they was like, you gonna keep on asking more questions? Okay, we gonna answer them. Right? It seemed like a little bit that they was irritated that he was asking so many questions. But they got answered, though. Did y'all see it? Did y'all see? Huh? They was irritated a little bit that he kept asking. They like, why you keep asking questions? Now, look, now. Okay, never mind. We're going to go on and tell you. Okay? But think about this, family. Most of the people that read the Bible now, they don't care if... I'm going to say church folks. I'm not going to say everybody. They don't want to know. Ain't that what they tell you? You said, I still feel like him because I be having a lot of questions. Keep asking, because the answers kept coming. He did not get the answers. Think about when we ask people questions about Enoch or any of those things that we've read, like, hey, do you want to know? And they say, no, I don't need to know. I don't need to know all that. If God wanted me to know it. No, you haven't ever asked the question, so how would you know? You said key qualities include justice, honesty, faithfulness, compassion. It is inherently linked to ethics, focusing on both inward integrity and outward loving actions. You said you're repeating what I've been personally sharing with my 2 Bible groups. You are enough. Know the word, don't stress. The verse, location, God's way. Interesting. Okay. You said they really don't. I feel sorry for the 66ers. They feel like they know everything and all they need to. They tell me just focus on Jesus. I shake my head like this is all a part of Jesus, so I'm focusing on him. Just water. Meeting the standard of what is right and just. Come on. Come on. You said I was reading this in my Geneva 125 books and read the Epistle of Barnabas, which was interesting. Thought I would share. Okay. Well, stay where we at. Thank you. But thank you for sharing. We appreciate you. You read the homework, right? You said this is my favorite story. I pray I can just be a stone on the ground if I can't be the one on the tower yet. That part. I'm asking for a tower location. All that I've been through, I need me a tower location. You hear me? I need me a tower location. Hmm. Right. I'll be close to. I'll take whatever I can get. But if I can get in the tower, that's what I want. Can you just let me in the tower? It's okay. It's okay if you didn't get to finish. It's okay. I figured, listen, that's why I gave y'all a couple hours. Actually, I went to sleep. I didn't think I was going to go to bed. But I know it's the holiday. People are doing stuff with their loved ones and stuff. So kids got parties and all kinds of stuff. And I told y'all we wasn't going to even be on here long. I really just wanted to see how it blessed y'all spirit because I knew it was. I knew it was. And the crazy thing is, again, we've already read it before. Right? We've read this already. But it hits differently now. And I think that it hits differently now because there's more wisdom and understanding. Right? You've suffered some things. Yes. You've suffered some. How many of you have suffered some things since you've been here? You done went through some stuff since you've been here. And it was only because you were trying to live right that you went through those things. Yeah. Yeah. Right. And cause oh, you would have been like, whatever, it ain't nothing. Now you're like, I want to cuss you out. But God doesn't like that. So I'm not gonna do it. I could trip you, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna leave it. I ain't gonna mess with you. I'm gonna just let you be. You walked away, you've held your tongue, you cried it out, you didn't answer the phone when they called, all these different things that was cutting into this. Okay? You hear me? All of those things right here. Huh? Those things cut into your flesh. Did they not? Humility and selflessness and all these different things, all the things that were mentioned, that cut into your flesh. Not doing whatever you feel like it when you feel like it. Treating people right. Even when you don't want to. Yeah. Yeah. How many times you cried because you couldn't do what you used to do? Mm-hmm. You're cutting away the old person. The old way of thinking. I'm proud of y'all. I don't got no stars, or I'll put one on the screen for y'all to have a star on y'all paper. Deny yourself daily. And also trying to get to the understanding of what God wants you to do. You said yes, and I keep my commitment level high, praying for that heart of flesh. Listen. Y'all make me excited. Y'all make me happy. And I'm happy to those of you that read. Right? Yeah. It's self-explanatory too, but I know that it will hit different people in different places because we're all in different parts of our walk, right? My stomach beat messed up. You hear me? We're all in different parts, or going through different parts of our walk right now. We're doing the walk together, but we're all going through different parts of the walk. And so seeing, right, that you can see where you were when you read that speaks volumes. How many of us, when we used to read the Bible, we didn't really see ourselves in there unless it was talking about some sin or maybe something we just did? You said since being over here and reading all the books and all the fruits of the Spirit, that has shown you how to use them in the right way. Come on. Mm-hmm. And let me ask you a question. Has there been at least one person that you've been able to share this side of the gospel with that wanted more? At least one. So did you help add a stone to the tower? You might have snatched somebody from way back in your past. Okay? But you brought some rocks and set them down for the building of the tower. All the people that you brought to the OTP and a different way of looking at Genesis and trying to show them, so everybody wasn't going to do it. Some rocks ain't going to fit in the tower. We see that, right? But did you bring a rock or two to see if it would fit in the kingdom? Huh? You said she not polished, but she's there. Hey. Yeah. You brought some other rocks and some other pieces, and they have to be refined. How many of you have been refined since you've been here? Some of y'all might have been cleft rocks. Right. God had to cut away some things from all of us. Yeah. Yeah. You said all the time being refined. Come on, still being refined, right? I completely understand because our dad is still removing the scales. Come on. Come on. Who understands now why I used to say, yeah, I don't know if he's going to let me in or not. I pray that he does. I pray. I don't know if I'm going to be a discarded rock or not. I pray that I'm not. But because I am not the builder of the tower and I didn't sketch out how it was supposed to look, I don't know if I fit or not. I pray that I do. Yeah. You said so much clearer now. Yeah. It's a different thing, right? Hmm. It does. It does. I figured, listen, this is my thing. There's a lot of stuff that we read in the beginning of this, and it hit home. But it's not going to hit like it hit right now. I'm thankful God founded this community. Huh? I'm thankful for that. You said everything I do, think, and say now is under a microscope and brushed with a fine-tooth comb. I still messed up, but at least I can see and now understand why, and how I kept wrong and keep it pushing. Come on. Come on. Come on. How I can see how I went wrong and keep it pushing. That's that part. You said I was so full of anger and hurt that I would lash out at others, and now I have more compassion and understanding for others. Ooh, hey. Come on. You said you've helped me to relate my reading to modern terms. I don't know. That part. Listen, I get it. That's the Lord doing that. You hear me? But that's why when we came here, I said, listen, I'm not trying to judge nobody or nothing. Do you want to learn? I only want to show you what God showed me, the revelations that he gave to me. Excuse me. What he gives you later, I don't know. Right? But I'm just going to lay this food out and you pick what you need out of here. Right? But now, when we read, it's amazing how it speaks to our spirit in the same places. And we didn't even have to read it together. It made me feel real, real good. You said I was real judgmental, just terrible. Girl, the church taught us that. You know they did. You know they taught us that. That whole peculiar people set apart and just horrible. They act like everybody else. Do they not? Yep, the church cliques. They act like everybody else. They always talk about they set apart. How? Y'all act just like the people in the world. You just dressed up nice and use gospel language. You still be cussing people out. Just because you don't use cuss words, you can say some real mean and nasty stuff that I heard a person worse than calling them out their name. Ain't set apart from nothing but reality. Girl, That part. Because what the heck? Because how can I go to the same, like, different religions? We talked about this. Different organizations, different denominations, and everybody in there act the same, even the pastor. But they're so different from the Baptists, and so different from the Methodists, and so different from the Apostolic, and so different from the AME. No, y'all got the mean ladies at the back. Pastor gonna try to say whatever he think, gonna tap dance on my nerves to get some money out of me. Like, it's all the same. Smile at you on Sunday and sneer at you on Monday. Listen, it's and they'll sneer at you on Sunday if you catch them at the right moment. Yeah. Yeah. But you realize that the church that God is building, the church that Jesus is building, it's not the same church that we the building fund. Hello. You said yes, and pastor preaching on pastor, not the gospel anymore. This part, listen, this is the thing. When you understand that you are going to stand in judgment, and it's not that people think you're okay, it's what God feels about what he asked you to do. Did you do that? It might not look like what the church wanted to look like. Does your walk now look like what the church told us the walk was going to look like? I know mine don't. I can't speak for y'all. But the stuff that the church told me that I had to do, it didn't have nothing to do with my walk for real. It had to do with making the church look good, making my bishop look good, making the organization look good, not making God look good. He said, seen him drunk and texting the mistress on Saturday, and they'll preach about Jezebels on Sunday. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. 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 And I'm not knocking church. I'm not knocking church, because church is a great start. It is a good place. If the person that's going to run it is going to allow God to use them in the way that he needs to. But a lot of times it becomes a crutch. You said, and are they still in the same spot as the same at the same level going through the same thing? Ever learning? Hey, ever learning without ever coming to the full knowledge of God? Do you see it? They forever learning. They at Bible study every Tuesday, every Wednesday. But baby, ask them about them. I had somebody hang up on me when I told them angels produce kids. This is a prophet of God. Click, and then didn't answer the phone. This just happened in the last 3 weeks. You said I don't even look like what I thought it said it don't even look like what I thought it would look like. Y'all said come here and sit down and let me teach you something. This part. You said there are mistakes and there are intentions. Work hard, not intentionally failing or hurting others. Right. My mom's old pastor literally said about the area his church was in. They're poor here. How can they sow into my church? I thought the church was supposed to sow into the people. Hello. 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 Because, baby, I sold into plenty of churches a nigga couldn't get nothing from. You hear me? Not even a kind word for real. Because if I miss 2 Sundays, sister, what you been doing? Reading my Bible. Studying, consecrating, staying at home trying to get my life together. Because being at church for 9 hours doesn't help my life. And I didn't learn nothing. I could have stayed at home and read this. I told y'all what happened to me. I'll be right back. My old pastor, he also told his congregation that his church is not a hospital. Didn't he say bring the sick? All the people that's heavy burden. And what did he give people the gift of healing for? Spiritual healing, mental healing, financial healing. What? Someone had a seizure there the other day and they didn't pray or nothing, just called 911 and watched. And we know where the spirit of seizure come from, don't we? They don't even realize that. Let me ask you a question, and I'm not comparing us to them. How many of you have been healed of something here? And I don't necessarily mean a physical sickness, mental illness, financial illness, emotional illness, whatever it is. How many of you have been healed from something since you've been here? Addiction, whatever, working on it, in recovery. How many of you? How many of you have your church hurt ain't as heavy as it was? You said, and that'll be the last time at church I will be having to be praying at home. A lot of them aren't even functioning in the right offices, functions or responsibilities. So it's not surprising. And they be wondering why they tired, irritated, and don't see the miracles. Ooh, and keys of the kingdom. Listen. Because it's all about who can see them. I hate to tell y'all, my mama is one of them people. Man ordained her. Now, I'm not saying that God didn't put a calling on her life, but she's more concerned with man calling her ordination and Reverend such and such than living in it. It's more about the title for them, not the work. They work in the organizations to get that title. And once they get that title, they're not worried about nothing else. Once man give them their ordination, they don't care if God is pleased with them or not. You're not going to I'm a minister of God. And I'm a reverend of God. And God chose me. And I'll sit down because you treat people like fertilizer. You said this is the same man who accepted $20,000 from a wealthy member but wouldn't help the homeless woman in his congregation. He did, however, take a first-class trip to Dubai. Y'all not going to get me in trouble. I'll be right back. I don't have nothing to say about them people. I don't got nothing to say, but I know the folks you're talking about. I promise I do. Listen. Okay, I'm going to just say this because I know he don't be in here no more. I have a pastor friend that used to come into our class on TikTok. Same deal. Matter of fact, it was more than one. Do you hear me? We started out at the same time. Understanding God. Like, we met, and he was in seminary school. I ain't never been to no seminary school. Love you, homie, if you in here. But the first thing when I went viral and God put this situation together, let me show you how to, I said, stop. What are you talking about? This is not about money to me. Oh, sis, you can capitalize on this and that and that. I said, I'm going to keep doing the same thing I've been doing. I've been teaching out of my house for free, and I'm going to keep teaching out of my house for free. Hello. What? But it's always about money with them and status and looking like a multi-million-dollar pastor and having these blessings and all of that stuff. But how many souls did you really reach? Did you get in the miry clay and the muck with the people that needed somebody to pull them out of the mud? I mean, you said, but then a few weeks later did a big old funeral. Oh, you said no, how my family member was planning her fiance's funeral at the church. He had joined, and they said they don't do funerals anymore. But then had a few weeks later did a big funeral. Oh. Huh? I seen it already. I seen it. I've been to churches that I gave my last. Baby, I couldn't get nothing. I couldn't get anything. I nothing. I, and that's why I said, right here, we all on the same level. We arm in arm. We learning together. Ain't nobody better than nobody else. Hello? I don't have no favorites. I don't have no nothing. Okay? And this is why when people used to try to come and get close to me, I can see that spirit. Because that's the spirit people have in church. Oh, I'm gonna get close to the pastor, close to the reverend, close to the bishop, so then I'll be able to snitch on everybody and tell what everybody else is doing and all of that stuff. No, I don't want none of that over here. This is why I think that we have the time that we have had to where we've been able to study and do what we've been able to do, because there is no hierarchy. We all in here learning together. We all getting something from God together. We are all trying to reach Jesus together. But when you get that hierarchy of bishop and this and this and that and that and that, then people are looking to attain that calling or that space, and they're not looking to attain Jesus. They're looking to attain that respect of the people, not of God. And we can see that by how people conduct themselves when the flock is involved. They care as long as they're benefiting. Period. Do you hear me? They care as long as you're blessing the church. But you don't see that stuff going back out in whatever way. What if I can't make it to church, Pastor? Are you going to send somebody to my house that can pray for me? Or do I just not see you when I'm not in service? Then you tell people I'm backsliding, but you didn't have nobody call and see if I was okay. Laugh out loud, the pastor at the church I visit, he don't speak to me unless I'm near certain people. But when I first went there, he loved me. Girl, if they can't control you, they don't want to talk to you. I know. I'll be right back. Hold on, y'all. And that's why God held us building the triumphant church. It's a different space, honey. so proud of y'all. I really am. I'm proud of y'all. Spiritual growth. Ooh, my stomach. It's like the church wants you to drown and God wants you to float, period. Yes. All of that. All of that. I asked a minister if the KJV is a translation, books removed in theology, man's approval on the Bible knowledge. Should members be encouraged to seek and find? Yeah. I haven't been in almost a year till a week ago. No calls, no Facebook messages, nothing but other people. Oh, I got numerous visits. And I'm like, do I have the plague or something? A Jezebel spirit? Listen, learn more here than all the prosperity talk there. I just pray that they get it together before it's too late. Hey, this is the thing, y'all. That's why I said I'm not here to judge nobody. I'm not here to tell nobody what to do. The only thing that I have to offer you is the kingdom of Christ. The kingdom of Christ, the word. Everything else, you're going to work out your own salvation. I can't tell nobody who's saved and who ain't. Even the church people that I know, I still be trying to give it to them, baby, and they won't take it. They kind of, sister, I know, I get it. Oh, okay. Well, that's why God gave me y'all. And as y'all can see, I showed y'all earlier, I was praying for y'all before I said, God, I don't know, but give me the stuff that I need to feed. And I didn't even think about this until now. What I wrote in 2020 on September 2nd applies spiritually and naturally. I was asking God to prepare me for the souls that he was going to send my way so that I could feed them, okay, and protect them. I didn't know. I mean, I was talking to about 20 or 30 people at that time, but it wasn't like this. But I was asking God to put me in a place, and I told him, I will teach. I just don't want to teach in a church. And people's like, you shouldn't say that. Why wouldn't you want to be up on a podium? Because I don't. Because then I got to go by y'all rules. And I want God to rule in our life. Okay? And I started to see the difference when I would try to talk to people and it was just yelling scriptures at them. When God started to give me the understanding of what was going on. And I was able to hit the hood niggas. When the hood niggas start showing up at my door, I knew something was up then. And the hood niggas start bringing other niggas like, nah, bro, you got to come over here and listen to TT, man. She going to put some fat on your head, bro. I mean, I don't really do the church stuff either, bro, but I'm telling you, and I started seeing people coming out of addiction. Y'all would not believe. Woo. Y'all would not believe some of the stuff. And the people at their church and their mama and them would tell them, you need to quit listening to that lady. She ain't telling you nothing. But I'm watching them people's lives get better. I'm watching the darkness come off of their face. I'm watching them say no to things that they hadn't been able to say no to before. I'm watching them treat their children better. Stop cheating on their spouses. It was all sorts of things. Do you hear me? I told y'all when I was homeless and at the hotel where I met my ex-husband. He used to be a pastor, but he had fell off. It's cool. I'm sitting out there at the trash can reading my Bible, and the people would come and sit around me, and it would be all men. Some of them was Haitian and Jamaican and from the South and all of this, and they'd be like, okay, Miss Lady, well, what about this then? And I'm like, it's not what you think. And he came up one time and was like, y'all get away from her, and da-da-da-da-da. I said, I don't need you to save me. I didn't even know him that well. I don't need you to save me. I'm safe. Well, you a little thing. They ain't gonna do nothing. Excuse me. Not a thing. Because God put me right here at this hotel. He made me sit at this dumpster. He could have had me sit anywhere else. He had me sitting by the dumpster, the stinky dumpster, every day. Thank you. Building you up to care for the souls from around the world. Come on, sis. I'm trying to tell you. And once I was like, I can't go back to that. I up until 2014, y'all, I did try to go to church faithfully. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I would try to make it at least twice, you know. Ooh, and I started going to different churches, right? because I was looking for something. But God kept telling me to sit home, but I kept listening to people. Thank you. I kept listening to people telling me, you need to be in church. But the church, I wasn't getting nothing. Thank you, y'all, because I'm probably about to sneeze again. That's the one thing me and my daughter got alike. Ooh. Okay. Maybe not. I'm gonna have a couple of my nose. I wasn't being fed, y'all. And I ain't even gonna hold y'all. And I've been going to apostolic, Pentecostal, whatever, my whole life. And it was like my life wasn't getting no better. I didn't feel any closer to God. I'm like, God, well, if I'm going to church and I'm reading, I don't understand. I didn't feel stronger. It was a temporary thing. You know how you go eat out food or whatever, like McDonald's, and you feel full for about 20 minutes, and then you sick to your stomach, and you got to hurry up and run to the bathroom? That is the feeling that church was giving me. You said, that's why my family keeps saying you need to be at a church. I keep saying I'm not spiritually fit. That part. Ooh. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. Ooh. Something got in my nose. Give me a second. What is that? Sorry about that. I don't know what that's about. I'm going to have to drink me some of that allergy tea. You said, now that I'm outside the church, I feel closer to God. Listen. I done missed all kind of stuff. You said, and that's the biggest difference between good churches and bad. Most operate in religion and never grow nothing but their itinerary, Mari, and programs, while others in the congregation as a whole is walking. I know a person, personally, it'd be about the theatrics and what it looks like, not what it is. That's what it's about, what it looks like. They're worried about looking like it instead of actually being it. Do you see it? Oh, I'm a Christian. In name only. In name only, you're a Christian. You got the fish on your car. You got your Bible out where everybody can see it. You got your Christ keychain, your Jesus keychain. But that's it. That's all. There's no love. There's no long suffering. There's no kindness, no gentleness, no self control, none of that. Because just because you tell somebody, have a blessed day, do you think they really feel like you mean that when you say it that way? I'm going to pray for you. No, I don't want you to do that. Absolutely not. Please don't pray for me, because I don't know who you praying to. Because if they got your face round up when you saying that to me, no. Encounters with their God, growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and being empowered to rescue the word from the powers of darkness. Come on. And truly showing up as an ambassador of Christ. Come on. Come on. What would Jesus do? And you do. Baby, listen. Okay. There's 2 people in my family right now. Okay? I'm going to just show y'all how this works. Now, I've been painted as the person in my family. Remember I told you I come from a long line of pastors and stuff now. On both sides. Okay? Everybody in my family don't even answer the. I have a brother that is an ordained minister. One is the ordained minister of music. My mother is the ordained ministers. My uncles are ordained ministers. Some of them are pastors. They have their own churches. And my whole family, all the way down, extended kid, I'm talking about 3 generations down, they tell people don't listen to her. So when I call them, they don't even answer. Right? But you want to know something about my family? A lot of them miserable, mean, nasty. Okay? Soon as you start talking, they start yelling over you. So I can't even talk about the goodness of God with you and show you what he showed me so that you can get another revelation, because you're so used to the church antics of it. You know what? I don't look at it. Used to hurt my feelings. It don't no more. Not after meeting y'all. The fact that we have people here that were witches and warlocks, we have people here that were raised in magic, and they could recognize that the word that we read is real, and you've been in church for 50 years and you can't realize it. I don't feel nothing no more. I was spiritually neglected and hungry when I was in church. Here, the loving kindness and concern for my soul is actually felt, and I learned how to change my ways for real. Oh, give me a kiss, sister. Mwah, with my crusty lips on your forehead. You said what? You said you learned? You said what? Come on in. That's why I be like, look, we ain't got much, but we'll share with you what we got. You want some love? You want some correction? We got it. You said church and liquor store on every corner. What have they done for people? Their purpose is not to bring God to the people, but to distract them. Ooh. 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 Ooh, that's good. How many of you feel like all of the shenanigans at church had you distracted from a relationship with God for real? That's good. Hello. I'm going to raise my hand to that. Because trying to fit into man's rules and the bylaws of the church, baby, I was giving up on God. I know I was that person. Because God would tell me to do something at home, and I would go to the pastor, and the pastor would say, oh, well, God didn't tell me so. Why would he talk to you before? I've heard that so much. Why would he tell you and he didn't tell me? Huh? What? So what did I get the Holy Ghost for if God can't speak to my spirit too? And then something would happen and God would be, it's like the Percy Jackson dad. Like Poseidon whispering in his son's ear. He said, like, I don't look like them. I don't ask like them or nothing. Whole time they was putting on a show. Make you feel like you ain't never going to be saved. Baby, listen. That's why I said, well, if God want me to know, he'll show me. And when he started giving me the revelation, I had to be separate. I can hear my mama now saying, run if a pastor wants to say that to me. Listen, I'm going to say this, y'all. To those of you that didn't feel like you knew God's voice before you came here, can you hear it clearly now? Through the word, through however he speaks to you. Do you know now when he's talking to you? Dreams, conversations, confirmation. You said loud and clear. Me. Come on, Joy. Oh, okay. You know when God's talking to you now, huh? Because you know what I realized earlier? They really don't teach you to hear God. They teach you to hear the pastor, the organization. They don't teach you to hear God. Because I was, are you listening? Crying out, are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? He answers quickly too. He do. So when you sat down, what does the come and learn of me mean? What does that mean to you now? We're taught to hear the people, elders in the church, not God ever. Ooh. You said it and I'm agreeing. Hallelujah. That's why I said don't be looking at me for no answers. I should only be confirming what he already told you. I wasn't listening, but he always is. Come on. Come on. I told you, I'm just confirmation. This place should only be confirmation for what God has already told you. If you went to God, you need to know his voice. You need to know how he deals with you, because it's not the same for everybody. But they'll make you feel like, hey, pumpkin, because you don't fit into their mold, that God don't want you. Listen. I think about it all the time, and I look at my life, and I struggle spend time with him, worshiping more than asking. Come on, Sarah. Come on. Come on. Come on. And as you said, yes, that's true. Just like when I said, God told me I was an intercessor, and you confirmed it. That's how it's supposed to be. Girl, yeah. And when I would try to go to them and say, hey, God told me that, God ain't told you that because he didn't tell me. I said, listen, okay. It was about 22 when I was like, I need to find you for myself, because this isn't working. And then even up until my 30s, I still was questioning because of what people said. Oh, well, God ain't using you if you doing this. And you can't tell me that's the Holy Ghost if you doing this and da-da-da-da-da. And yet God still kept sending people to my house for me to study the Bible with them. And they was like, I literally had pastors tell me, you need to, you said, I feel like, but I'm getting back into God. He loves us and wants us the best for us. He does. They would tell me, you're not supposed to be having Bible studies at your house. And come to my house and try to interrupt them. The spirit would be high. People crying and confessing and everything. We sit in the living room chilling. The pastor, minister would come over. One time it was 2 of them that showed up. And they was like, you need to come to my church. Y'all don't need to be here. Y'all need to not listen. I'm like, well, why ain't you telling the people at your church this? Why is you over here? You see these people come here faithfully. And it started being droves of people to the point where there was no sitting room. Girl. Watch this. I'm about to show y'all. Full of the devil, girl. He might be busy, but I'm going to show y'all. Let me see. I kid you not. Hi. Are you busy? Okay. I just want to ask you one question. I'm live real quick. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put you on speaker. All right. Do you remember when we lived in the woods and Mom used to have Bible study, and don't say the name, but there were certain 2 ministers that used to come over, and when they would come over, everybody would start to leave? Yeah. And they would tell me that I needed to invite them people to their church and not have Bible study at our house? Yeah, because to my congregation. You hear that, y'all? And was not people getting healed and seeing different things and experiencing things, and they was leaving certain situations. Yeah, it's crazy. People was dark, and then they come over and they not angry no more. All that type of stuff. I see. Hello, started listening to their parents, not running away, not giving their bodies to people, especially the young ones, wasn't it? And most of this was teenagers. Yeah. Okay, thank you. I love you. I love you too. Okay, bye. Y'all, that was in 2006 and 2007. And so then when the pastors and the bishops would come and the ministers would come to my house, I think, well, maybe I'm not supposed to do this. And so I would stop talking about the Bible. Little kids started coming to my house for Bible study and everything, y'all. Every Sunday, the little kids, I gave them candy, but they would come and they would learn a Bible verse. And so then they start telling people, oh, I go to church at the candy store lady house. I got my Bible verse, teacher. I got my Bible verse, teacher. I would copy little pages for the kids. And you learn this Bible verse, and we learn how to apply it, and TT will give you some candy. Okay? Trying to keep you from obeying y'all. Girl. And them kids started. One of the young ladies came in here, and she told y'all the story about she had just came to my house, and I told them to be careful, and there was a situation where they went to an apartment, and the man was trying to do exactly what I told them, and I didn't even know. She didn't tell me until last year. You remember? I'm trying to tell. It was a couple of them in here, and they came right in. Yes. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, if I had listened to that, we would never be here. That's how I know what God wants you to do don't look like what the organizations say. It doesn't. It looks completely different from that. And you will never attain what it is that God like wants for you until you do it the way that he says it. It doesn't look like man's way. It don't. You said, I thank you for being so obedient. Now, I wouldn't always, because I value the church folks' opinions. But I couldn't help it, because people would just come to my house. And I'm like, God, well, if you, kind of going back to what Mari said earlier, your faults and your shortcomings don't stop the plan that he had for your life. I told you, that lady used to say stuff like, she be smoking and drinking. Why are you listening to the Bible from her? Well, do you know that this person stopped smoking drugs? Like real drugs, like hard drugs. Do you know that? They're not doing meth and all of these things anymore. Did you know? This person ain't selling her body. She was tricking. Now she ain't tricking. This little boy was a stick-up kid. You hear me? He hustling. And would come over and say, TT, I'm going to get out the game. I'm going to give me a job. I said, I believe in you. We're going to call him M. Do you understand me? And was. And these people stopped doing the things that they were doing. So I said, God, you going to deliver me from certain things when you ready to deliver me. But if you want me to talk to these people, I will. This was way back. It's people now that have churches. They have whole churches now. They walking around ministers and everything else. So that's why I said I don't know. But what God wants me to do, it don't look like what people are used to. And so then I just have to go. And I've been walking this road alone by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because people would tell people, you don't need to listen. My ex-husband. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to what she telling you. I said, you gonna let the devil use you like that? For real? Even though you listening to me is what got you to the situation you in right now. Huh? You not sick no more. You don't have high blood pressure. Your asthma is not bad. All of the things. You came here with a mini medicine cabinet. Nigga, you look better than you did when you was 22. You hear me? Your finances have changed. Your mind has changed. The way that you operate, the way that you throwing your body around, all of that done changed. And then you will come in here and tell somebody, don't listen to my wife. She be, you got to go, devil. You got to go. It's time for you to leave. Do you understand? My mama now still telling people, baby, I don't know what she be talking about. Don't worry about it. It ain't for you. I'm only talking to the people that's listening. That's it. And I'm walking out my salvation. Girl. I told y'all he used to get mad because the hood niggas will knock on the door and be like, hey, can I talk to your wife? Yeah, Miss TT in there? I got to ask her a question. His homeboys used to be like, hey, can you ask your wife? No, I ain't asking her nothing. So you going to stop them from getting the information? Oh, okay. But you ain't too, you'll come right in here, babe. Can you go to God and pray for me? And no, I can't, actually. I want you to leave. I pray for you when you leave. Get out of here, because you stopping what I got going on now. No. Those with the ear, yeah. No, it's time for you to go. Because you stopping my ministry, honey. And I'd rather have that than you. And that's sad. But you don't add to my life. My ministry does. Watching people get delivered of so many things. Y'all would not believe so many things. And I get to see the transition of the darkness leave their face. And you can start to see life in them again. And their relationships are being healed with their families and all sorts of things. You can keep all that other stuff. I'm not doing this for praise. I'm not doing this to seem smarter than nobody or to be more nothing. I want to know, do you want Jesus? Because he changed my life. And is still changing my life to this day. Do you hear me? In real life. There are obstacles that the devil put in our way to make us not keep going, to make us think that God is not here with us. He said, I'll never leave you or forsake you. What does that mean? That means wherever you at, he'll be there too. Do you hear me? And that's why I can't go back to the world's view of what a relationship with God looks like, because it's false. It's not even real. You said that's why I'm single now, because he didn't want to listen. He spent more time telling me, uh-oh, I don't know what I'm talking about, and I can't have that, especially when we talking about God. He didn't want to learn. There's a lot of them that don't. I'm okay. I don't want to. Now, if I want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can. Now, some people, God has blessed them with spouses that love, that they study, and they don't bother them. They might not be into it, but they don't bother them, and they let them learn and they let them study. I would have taken that over somebody that, as soon as I'm trying to sit outside on the porch and tell somebody about Christ, you trying to tell them don't listen. I'm out here telling young men, don't give your body away. Wait until God blesses you with a wife, so you don't have a lot of trouble. He like, sow your royal oats. Do whatever you want to do. God, oh, that ain't God. And I used to be like, God forbid one of your kids get something that they can't get rid of. Then what? You gonna tell them to call on God then? It's craziness. I just asked about deliverance, and Pastor said not to worry. What? Baby, they don't even. It's water. I believe it. Because a lot of people be talking about churches don't even talk about demons, demon possession or nothing. Ooh. That part she not me. It's a lot of churches right now that don't believe in deliverance. They won't even talk about demons because they don't want to scare people. What they gonna do when they start coming out? And these are the people that always be talking about that's demonic. You don't even know what demonic looks like. How you gonna say something is demonic and you don't even know the character of a demon? So you wouldn't know if it was operating in your church or not, because y'all don't let people study about them. You said that's why I'm outside. It is. Baby, I don't want no parts of it. You said, baby, not at all. Mama said we don't have to worry about that stuff. Jesus will save us. No! You said, and some of them may have demons themselves. That's why they don't want to address it. Come on. You said it's because they are possessed with them and don't want to be free. It like Strong Cold speaking out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not you and your Aunt Joy said the same thing at the same. Come on. I'm just going to say, do you see what I see? Because I synced it. Do you see what I see? So, I want to read something to y'all real quick, and then I'm going to let y'all go. Okay? To those of you that did the homework, thank you. Hopefully, you can share that with some of your Christian counterparts. You said, let me grab my coat and get back outside. That part. Listen. Okay. So, let me ask you. Do you think reading books like He came to set the captives free prepared you for what's in our news right now? The unbelievable things. Do you think the demonology book and learning the names of different... How many people told you you don't need to have that in your house? You need to get that out your house. You don't need to have that in... Why would you bring that up here, nigga? Because I need to know when I see a demon. How will I know the traits of it? The Bible tells me to know my enemy. We fight not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities of darkness and the rulers of darkness in high places. So why am I not, Auntie? Why am I not understanding how they work? Why am I not knowing their names? He said, please Google what King Leopold told his missionaries to do. He said, teach them to read, but not to reason. Oh. The encyclopedia and the dictionary and all the other ones too have proved helpful and necessary. Listen. Let me ask you a question, and we gonna do this. DMX always said that God wants us to um, know them when we see them. Oh, let me ask you a question. How many people do you think really thought that Donald Trump and his cabinet were Christians? You had pastors, all right, praying and laying hands and saying that God chose this man to lead America and he is a holy man and this nigga is eating and raping kids. What do you think God is thinking about all of them pastors that laid their hands and said, this is a holy man? What do you think God think about them? And y'all got in front of the nations of the world and said this. Huh? The land ain't even holy. Hello? He likes murder. He likes torture. He likes hurting children and seeing fear in children's eyes. And this man is holy? And I ain't knocking nobody. I'm not your evidence that the Spirit of God was not. Mari. Somebody should have been up there to rebuke him, yes or no? How could you, if you got the Holy Ghost, how could you not feel it? Speaking in your fake tongue, come on, man. And I'm not judging him. We all got our issues. We all done did whatever. But now that it is coming out that this man, I don't even understand. And we all got our past, and we done all did some stuff we don't want in the open. Okay, I get it. But auntie, that's crazy. So you got up there on that pulpit back in whenever, and he talking about we having a prayer brunch. Who is y'all praying to? The same one that don't sense that people are being touched on their in their and then and that the temple holds is there, Mari. They can't. Huh? Huh? They said if you want to know, if you see some stuff in the church, that's everything that the pastor is struggling with. Are we wrong, Mari? Whatever runs rampant through the church is what the leader is struggling with. Hello. And which is why people have stayed tormented and on medication they do not need to be on. So you gonna get in my next thing? I was just about to ask how many people been delivered for medications that they didn't need. That was before we started talking about this, but it plays right on in. Hello. Anybody stop taking medication that you didn't need and you healthier since you quit taking it? Life is a lot more sunny around your house. You can see through the clouds now. You can actually see the sun, pun intended, shining through. You stop 15 meds. Me, I've been delivered from tobacco, from all forms of vape cigarettes. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You said I've been delivered from tobacco, from all forms of vape cigarettes. Oh, okay. Come on, come on. You said it makes so much sense to me. Come on, come on. Hello. Hello? It's a lot of folks that have been delivered from a lot of stuff here. You hear me? All sorts of things. And so then you can go and tell somebody, hey, God did it for me. He can do it for you too. Do you understand? You said Jeremiah 14:14, the prophets prophesying lies in my name. I have not sent them or appointed them, or spoke to them. Sarah, hello? Hello? I seen somebody today talking about the what you call it? The prophetic churches, right? And they were saying that when you go, you hear the same thing. That God gonna give you money. He gonna give you fame. He gonna give you. You said, yes, he delivered me from 15 bottles of medicine and a breathing machine. Come on. He can do it. Do you understand? Any type of addictions, okay? Whatever they may be. Addictions from attention, grown-up time, okay? The need to be around people, the need, all of that. Do you hear me? He can take it all from you. It's in his timing. But all you got to do is say, God, I don't want it no more. I need you to help me. And he will take it away. Because y'all know my addiction was the big tall trees now. Mm-hmm. The main one. They used to have me in trouble. Hello, now I got others. But, you know, that was the one that used to get me in trouble the most. Running through the woods. And did. And did. Mm-hmm. Big tall trees. I've been delivered. Thank you, Jesus. So, with that, I was reading the Apocryphon of Eber. And then I'm going to let y'all go because I said that 10 minutes ago. He delivered me from wanting to throw it back in the circle because it was heavy on my mind, and no longer I stay strong, the better and healthier I feel with everything going on in the streets. Come on. He said a lot of these people is just as guilty because they ain't upholding and getting to know the word like they should. But let me shut up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Listen. Listen. This is the thing. Breaking down the word, right? Breaking down the word. Understanding how to apply it to your life. Okay? Understanding that God was talking directly to you. Not to some. Why is this not charging, y'all? They playing. I think they messing with my devices, y'all. Nothing will stay charged. Okay? How many times did you have to run around in a circle here and write it on a piece of paper and rip it up and throw it away? You said my long-standing need for recognition is gone. I needed that validation from people, but I found that as long as he sees me, that's out of grip. God know who I am. I don't care if you do. Huh? I don't care if you do. And I'll tell you something that's real crazy. My family treated me like Cinderella. They wanted to keep me tucked away. They didn't want nobody to know. Even my old churches that I used to go to, they would use me for all of my goods. But baby, they was going to keep me tucked away somewhere. You hear me? Oh, sister, you got good ideas. Yeah, we're going to use this. We're going to use that. We're going to do this. God is using you. No, y'all using me. Because I don't feel fulfilled once I get the recognition from y'all or whatever else it is. God is using you. No, you using me. But when I stop letting the church use me and I actually start applying what God told me, going out into the world, helping the homeless, taking the money and doing that, my life changed drastically in a number of ways. Do you hear me? Think about it. You know, listen. Anybody know what I'm talking about? They ask you what you good at before they even know if you know the word or not. Huh? How you gonna work in your gift? And God is the person that gave it to you. So you got to get the understanding of how to work the gift from him. He can send some people to help you. You understand? They don't even know if you know the word or not, but they want to know what you can help them do in their church. And then quick to tell you, as soon as you don't do what they want you to do, oh no, well you ain't filled with the Spirit anyway, so we can't let you. Oh, okay. As long as it's behind the scenes and this and that. You say, yep, the same song and dance, girl. I learned my lesson, I'll tell you that. I did. I learned my lesson with that. I said, oh, okay. Well, what I'm going to do is not. You said, even to know that my intentions alone actually means something to him is enough. That part. That part. Your thought pattern changing means a lot to God in real life. If you think about it, intentions is what's going to be judged first. Why you did what you did. Why you said what you said. In a whole nine. So look. You said that or they hit you with it, you're being disobedient, right? You said, I don't need recognition. I need to make sure people's needs are met. If it's within my reach, that part. That part. Yeah. I'd rather God use me than man all day long. And now that God has been using me, my life is different. You said, my thoughts have most definitely changed and continue to get better. Come on. So I want y'all to take a picture of something. And then I'm going to play a video for y'all. Okay? I know it's going to be backwards. But this is the Apocryphon of Eber. Okay? You don't got to read all of it. Just this part I need you to take a picture of right here. And this. Okay? So this little yellow part right there. And then this right here at the bottom. Okay. Can I read this to y'all real quick and then I'm going to let y'all go? Okay. I said I wasn't going to be on here that long. I told my son an hour. It's almost 2. Can I read this to y'all real quick? You said we can flip it in the photo gallery. Good job. You ready? Okay. It says, moreover, the great, I believe it's Ephanius, or I don't know how to say his name. We're going to call him E. 2 speaks in this way about these matters. After the flood came the tower, and at that time lived Heber, the ancestor of the Hebrews, who they say, not wishing to join the others who were building the tower, continued in his own language. A descendant of his was Abraham, and from him Eber also came the Hebrew, and from him Eber also came the Hebrew language. Josephus too says the same things as these people. Though they also do this, Theodore says Adam's descendants used the Syriac language. Now look, right here. Excuse me. So it says, to learn from where the Jewish race was produced, it is necessary to say a few words. After Adam and Seth was born, then Enosh, then others for many generations. Then came Noah, at whose time, when humanity were corrupt, the flood took place. When the flood ended, he alone emerged from the ark. We know this with his sons, da-da-da-da-da. So from his generation, in turn, many were born. After they became numerous, they decided to build a tower that would reach to the sky. When God observed their plan, he confused their languages and split the one into many. As a result, it became necessary for those who could not understand one another not to live together. Crazy. This was the reason they were dispersed everywhere in the world. It is said that in the confusing of languages, Eber, the ancestor of the Jews, did not wish to join them in the endeavor, and he alone continued to maintain his own language, receiving honor for his excellent judgment. A descendant of his was Abraham. For this reason, the language of the Jews is called Hebrew after Eber. They offered for him to go, and he didn't. So he got to keep his language. And so here, right here, again, the same thing. It says, these were the descendants from Noah to Peleg who received this name from the division of the earth in its time. For at that time they built the tower, for which reason the place was called Babylon. That is confusion, since their languages were confused there. As report has it, Eber, Peleg's father, did not agree with the others regarding the building of the tower, and therefore there was no change of language for him. Rather, he continued having pure speech, and from him it received its name. For because Eber had this name, it is called Hebrew. That is also a very weighty indication that Hebrew is older than all the languages. The reason is that before the languages were confused, all used this one. This Eber is the ancestor of Abraham. So the Paleo Hebrew came because Eber decided not to go help them build the tower. So he got to keep his language. Huh? Because he wasn't using what God gave him to go against God. You think that's interesting? Huh? What y'all think about that? Now, listen to this, and then I'm going to let y'all go. I saw this today. I said, I just read that yesterday. Talk about being set apart. Come on. Now look at this on TikTok today, what I saw. I said, oh, that's interesting. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, a professor putting his hands on people in Ohio State? Oh, oh no. The professor didn't put paws on somebody at Ohio State. Oh. Okay, focus, CERCA. Sorry. Mm-mm. Not you didn't put the paws on somebody. Okay, here we go.
Look what I found, y'all.
I'll be right back.
View of the Hebrews. This is a book written in the 1800s by Ethan Smith. Oh, it's about to get really, really interesting. Moving on. From various authors and travelers among the Indians, the fact that the American Indians and the 10 tribes of Israel will be attempted to be proved by the following arguments. The American natives have one origin. Their language appears to have been Hebrew. They have had their imitation of the Ark of the Covenant in ancient Israel. They have been in the practice of circumcision. They have acknowledged one and only one God. The variety of traditions, historical and religious, go to evince that they are the 10 tribes of Israel. The celebrated William Penn gives accounts of the natives of Pennsylvania, which go to corroborate the same point. They're having a tribe answering in various respects to the tribe of Levi sheds further light on this subject. Several prophetic traits of character given of the Hebrews do accurately apply to the Aborigines of America. Moving on. The Indians being in tribes with their heads and names of tribes affords further light upon this subject. They're having an imitation of the ancient city of refuge evinces the truth of our subject, and other Indian rites and various other considerations go to evince the fact that this people are the 10 tribes of Israel. Moving on. Dr. Boyd Dennett, who for more than 40 years was of opinion that the Indians are the 10 tribes, and who sought and obtained much evidence on this subject, assures us that the syllables which compose the word Yahweh, Jehovah, and Jah are the roots of a great number of Indian words through different tribes. You hear that Indian word which compose of the names of God, also which form the word hallelujah, through their nations for thousands of miles. You see that, for thousands of miles, so it was everywhere in the Americas, especially in their religious songs and dances, which with beating and exact keeping of time. They begin a religious dance thus: haul, 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 then lay, 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 next loo, 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 and then close, ya, ya, ya. This is their tradition song of praise to the Great Spirit. Moving on. Oh, and this is the icing on the cake. The color of the Indian generally says Dr. Buddinot is red, brown, or copper, according to the climate in the high or low ground.
Huh? You said that's why Christopher Columbus said has someone that spoke Hebrew on the ship. He knew who was on these lands. Come on. Y'all heard that? They saying hallelujah, nephew. You came in. The Indians, which we know, okay. This made me think about, one, they keep saying that when they go to the slave graves, they didn't know what language it was, and it was Paleo Hebrew. The oldest form of Hebrew. Remember, we talked about that. On their gravestones, in the jails and stuff where they had them locked up, it was Paleo Hebrew. The book is called The View of the Hebrews.
Ooh, look what I found.
And it was printed in 1823. The View of the Hebrews, which means you could probably download it because he's looking at it on the computer. So you know you can go, if it's older than like 1800, most times you can get it for free. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? But again, it says that they are the lost 10 tribes. Hello, we. The Indians. Now, it made me think about how many black folks in here was told that y'all had some Indian in y'all, or y'all were Indian. How? Because I know on both sides of my family, they was like, we Indian. We Indian. We Indian. We Indian. We Indian. Did they lie? No, because the black people were the original Indians, and they turned it to black and white. Oh, well, nephew, where I'm from, they was like, oh, we got Indian in us, and da 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 da. Oh, not we don't have Indian. We are the Indians. You said, my goodness, this is why I forever love this class. And listen. Yes, but I told y'all about the $5 Indians. This is how they stole the land and all of that kind of stuff. It was people here. We know that because even in the... Oh! Two things. Why was there my dad's side African native Jew? Come on. Guess what was in my bathroom when I went in there? Mind you, my bathroom in my room doesn't have windows because it's not connected to any outside walls. How do these ladybugs keep getting in my bathroom in the wintertime? That's what's in here. I ain't gonna let it go. Y'all, when I tell y'all my devices are not charging at all, this thing has been on this charger. Ain't that crazy? My house is full of ladybugs all the time. It's winter, and there is a ladybug in here. I'm about to go flush it down the toilet. I'm sorry. I know you guys. I don't know where they be coming from either. But it was literally on the sink. I'm so tired of seeing ladybugs. Listen, you did not used to see ladybugs in the wintertime. Or bees or nothing. And he wasn't in there earlier, or she, them, I don't know. Your phone been acting up. Mine too. Nephew, my iPad won't even work. Look, and it still ain't working. Look. You got an iPhone? You see this? It won't let me type nothing. I done tried to turn it off. I can't even turn it off. You said I have to drop. I have a drop for my Sabbath class. Uh-oh. You said reparations if the birth certificate has Negro of ancestors there, Indian ancestry. They be in my house. Two, you said they can get in through tiny cracks in the window sills and the doors. I don't like it. I don't, and they bite right. And I normally wake up and see one over my bed. I don't too much care for that. So that made me. You said they playing like I want to go get a flip phone for real. And will. I remember a time before we had all this internet on our phones and stuff. And will. And will. That's why I said I ain't buying another one. Oh well. It's gonna be right there. I will not be buying. My daughter's like, no. I said no. They not getting no more. I don't fall for that. I'm an Android person. My phone did that the other day. It had to die before it would work again. It's been dead. Yeah, I did all that, y'all. All of that. I did it online earlier, Sean. All of it. It's been dead for days. Probably over a week. It's been dead. You said I told you I'm ready. That part. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. All of that. So I'm not gonna keep y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go because it's the holiday weekend, and I know y'all got to be loving on your families and whatnot. Y'all hear that? Y'all heard it? I be so annoyed every day. Elephants. That's why I turn my music up real loud. So annoying. It be in the middle of the night. I just be so irritated. I know we got dog people here, but if you have animals, why do you move above people and you know they gonna be running? It's just like kids. I literally used to have to argue with my dad about that. He would say I had Indian in me. Like we are the Aboriginals. That's why our traditions feel the same. They do the same thing where you live. It's so annoying. It is the most annoying thing ever. I'll be so annoyed. Okay. So there's that. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm probably about to put my headphones on because I don't be wanting to be disrespectful. I love y'all, and we'll get some homework going in the morning. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. Listen, I'm thanking God got y'all to the two people, Nicole and Danny. Y'all just gave me some confirmation that God is, because I literally just sent a picture this morning before y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what time I sent it. At 6:56 a.m. I sent my friend a picture of a house and said, "Is this a good deal?" And he texts back at 6:57 and said yes. And then I get in class later on today, and both of y'all said y'all got approved for y'all house. So that's just confirmation for me. I ain't gonna show y'all the address, but there go the house right there. You hear me? There go the house. You see it? So that's confirmation for me, Niecy Poos, both of y'all. Thank you. I said, what this do? What this look like right here? It got a basement and everything. I said, what you think about this? You said that my sister just texted me talking about a house. Makai, listen. So y'all don't even know. Y'all confirmed some stuff for Auntie today too. Yeah. Just sending it. I said, what you think about this house right here? Because I told my kids, the way stuff looking, we need to go on and get in on the house together. Hello. Instead of paying all this rent everywhere, we need to be putting that money on a space together. And plus, I miss my grandkids. I want to go be where they at. They need to see their mama every day. Yes. 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 Baby, it ain't even got to be a house for me. I'll take a, what you call it? A trailer. I just want the land, really. That's my big thing. I want to get some space. You know, that's what we're doing. And my mama loves seeing her grandson every day. Girl, I'm trying to tell you, I need to see them grandkids every day. Every day. I need to be able to instill all that I can in them before the Lord takes me away from here. You hear me? So I can teach them. Because one thing I can say about my mom's first husband's, my mom's, her first mother-in-law, my grandma, she taught me a lot about the word, about how to pray, about how to study. My grandma was on it. And I want to be able to give my grandchildren the same things. You don't want to live here in Arkansas, nephew? I don't know why Arkansas got a lot of land for cheap. I looked it up. I looked it up, honey, and my uncle been buying up everything down there for the low. My cousin got a mini mansion a couple years ago. I told y'all that it was supposed to be like 600,000 or 700,000 or something like that, and she ended up getting it for like under 200. I mean, and it looked like a. Oh, China got a lot of it. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, God can still open up a space. He can. So you're in Arkansas, but I'm moving. Y'all, is we family? I told y'all how many grandkids my granddaddy had. We might be cousins or something. Hold on, because that nigga was all over Arkansas. You hear me? One of my uncles almost got with his sister because, listen, that nigga had kids everywhere. All over. I'm serious. They still finding kids. Baby, y'all might be my relatives for real. Ooh, shoot. I didn't know y'all was in Arkansas now. I can't tell you where my people's from. I'm just leave it. We might be family for real. Oh, yeah. My granddaddy was putting it there. And my uncle's got a whole bunch of kids. Secret kids. You know, back then. Might be. I don't know my whole family. Listen. You said, I don't know, auntie. This is my husband's roots. Mine is from the Carolinas. My grandma, my mama's side is from the Carolinas. I told you I just did my thing all the way back to the 1800s. You said, I'm so happy everybody finding a place. Our time is getting short. It is. Oh, y'all might be my cousins for real. Between y'all and Riz. Anyway, I love y'all. I'm going to do some reading tonight. I got to go clean my kitchen because I ate and went to sleep. And so I'm going to go do that right now. I've been trying to get all of my idiots. My granddaddy was putting it down. He was a big old country nigga. Do you hear me? Black. Blackety, 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 black, baby. And he said he wanted his name to go on forever, and I do think it will. You from Arkansas as well? Oh, Lord. I was born in Arkansas. My family is from there, Louisiana and Mississippi. Uh-oh. I can't tell y'all who it is. I just gotta wait. Okay, well, we just gonna leave it. I love y'all. And I don't know what time we gonna get on tomorrow. Because I've been trying to, give everybody time to read. I know y'all just got, not WOIU, is your people for, girl, I'm thinking. I found the slaves house that my people lived in the Carolinas. Let me find out. I already told you what's up with me and you. I already told you what's up with me and you. I already told you what I think about you and I. If it's not me and you, it's you and my brother. You said my family's roots are in Georgia, South Carolina, and Alabama. Baby, and I have mixed races in my family. Listen, some of y'all probably are my cousins. I'm for sure. I love you too, nephew. I had to run to my phone and say that. Girl, you already know. You said, and my great-grandpa had 37 kids. I told you how many my granddaddy had. 50 to 52. And now we found them all the way up in Missouri and everything. I said, oh. He was a truck driver. He was hauling and laying pipe, honey. Lord Jesus, please help this man. Well, he gone on now, but yeah. I told y'all that man got over 1,000 descendants in real life. It's not a game. So ain't no telling. Some of y'all probably is my cousins. Some of y'all on my mama's side and some of y'all on my daddy's side. I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, the truck drivers be getting down. This nigga had family, but even when he wasn't a truck driver, he had his second woman living behind my grandma in Arkansas and in the state that I was born in. So he had two women in Arkansas and two women like 2 blocks over. I told y'all when he died, he was like 60 something. His girlfriend was 32. He was trying to bust her down and get her pregnant. This nigga didn't even have no teeth in his mouth. He said, yeah, but I'm going to make sure I put a baby. Sir, you've been making babies since the 40s. It's 2008. Lot lizards is a term for a reason. Listen, but he wasn't getting the lot lizards though. He was busting down the women's like in the city. He had families everywhere. 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 You hear me? Oh yeah, no, he wasn't. Nigga didn't even have no teeth. How you even catch a 32-year-old woman, sir? Sit down somewhere. And the nigga only drove backwards in the city he was from. That was so crazy. Everybody knew. The police didn't even mess with him. He only drove backwards because he could. Tell me that's not crazy. On all the streets, he would drive backwards and the police wasn't going to say nothing to him. This was in Arkansas. My husband and great-grandfather had 32 children, and another grandma had 17. This man drove backwards through the city, wherever he did what he wanted to do in that little city in Arkansas. Yeah. Yeah, he only drove backwards because he could. Petty. What they gonna say to him? Nothing. So anyway, I love y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go watch a movie or something. Relax. I got work to do. That's how I know our people are incredibly tribal too. My mom and dad's family are rooted in GA, Georgia and South Carolina, less than 2 hours from each other. Yeah. Yeah. One thing about grandpas, them stones gonna roll because what you mean you got distant cousins around the corner. Listen. My biological father is on his 9th marriage. What? He didn't have 9 wives? It might be time for him to get. I believe in try again. 17 husband, fried fish and fries on the way. That part, ooh. Yeah. I want to get married again, but after 2, if it don't work out, that's it. If the next one I get into don't work, it is what it is. If that decides to, if God decides to let that be a thing, if that don't work out, baby, I won't be getting married no more. I got one more time in me, and that's it. I ain't knocking nobody, but at some point in time, you got to realize it might not be them, it's you. You said, I've been married 3 times, and I don't want to try a 4th. Okay, I'm going to be quiet. Zip it, CERCA. All right, I love y'all. I'm going to go. Because I don't want to judge nobody. I'm going to just leave it. I'm going to go on and get out of here. I'm going to go on and head out. Yep, I'm going to go on and head out. I ain't even, just admit what I said from the documents. Just admit that. I ain't got 3. I got one more time. And hopefully that's, if it do be one, that's going to be the last. Because then I might have to question, is it me? I love y'all. Bye.